Welcome back to the Baltimore Orioles franchise, and what a season we just had. Finishing it off with a World Series title, beating the LA Dodgers, sweeping them 4-0, and bringing the first World Series championship to Baltimore in over 40 years. Last one was in 1983. So season 3, absolutely fantastic, but we're not done. We continue on. We're going to get into season number 4 and try to repeat as champions, or at least get back there, try to defend our title. So the contract is up with the Orioles, and you can see the Mets, Braves, and Tigers did give us a contract opportunity, but we are sticking with Baltimore. We want to go to try to defend and see if we can do it, especially in this tough division. Hitting coach contract is up, and obviously get into the offseason. I'm not really sure what we are really going to do in this offseason. It's a little bit different. We don't have a ton of free agents. We have guys under contract. Obviously, tons of young guys on this roster that we still have team control over. The thing is, with this roster as well, there's a bunch of young guys that are ready to play. Look at Billy Briggs. He is now up to an 89 overall. Look at the power versus righty, plus 38. His power has gone completely up. Some stuff has dropped off a little bit, but man, this guy's ready. He's 22 years old. He dominated in AAA. There's no way we can't have this guy up in left field. He should be a starting left fielder. Now, we have Austin Hayes, who struggled this year, but, I think guys like that, you're going to have Steve Ortega, our first draft pick in this franchise, number 1 overall pick. He's dominating the minors. I think he is ready to go. So that's really the dilemma we have with this roster going into the offseason is, I think a lot of these guys are ready to play. Kobe Mayo, I think he's right there on the brink of being the starter. Gunnar Henderson, hopefully he'll have a return season. Jordan Westberg's not going anywhere. So what do we do with all these guys? That's really the question. Now, Austin Hayes, he's had a down year, 218, only 16 home runs. The year before, 254, only 17. Now, he is a fantastic fielder. Outstanding. So even if he has a down year with hitting, he's great at fielding, but Mullins is not going to go anywhere. And Colton Cowser, he was your playoff MVP. He's not going anywhere either. And you got Richie Ponce behind him and Heston Kjerstad. Hopefully we see more of him. So this is kind of a different type of all season. Instead of trying to add guys, it's, we might be subtracting guys, but allowing the younger players to, step up and start to play. As for these offers, Kenley Jansen, definitely bring him back. Fantastic year. Wins reliever of the year. Obviously closed out that World Series victory. Just offer him once again a 1-year deal. I think that works. Plenty of interest. Seth Lugo, definitely want to bring him back. He had a fantastic season as well. Kind of our setup guy. 23 holds, 40 2/3 inning. Only allowed 28 hits. Only allowed 3 home runs. Only 7 walks. 41 Ks. Whip at a .86. So definitely bring him back. Doesn't want a lot of money either at age 35. The question is, do we do a 2-year deal? I think we'll do that. As for Brad Boxberger, you can see the overall is going down. He's now 36 years old, 72 1/3 innings pitched. Did allow 10 home runs. Whip a little high. ERA not too bad, but you know what? Going down age, I don't think so. And same thing with Jose Alvarez. Didn't pitch a whole lot. Got sent down. Yeah, I don't think we need him. I think we can look elsewhere for sure. So those 2 guys we're just going to let walk. As for hitting coach, looking around, trying to find somebody. Terry Bradshaw. Dave Cordero, I don't mind the minus for bunting. I don't really, 2 power, 2 contact. That's perfectly fine. So we'll offer him 6 years. 3 years, $6 million deal, which he does accept the next day. And then we find Jameson Taillon has declined his player option. So he would like to become a free agent. And as you can see, let's take a look at these deals real quick. Look at Walker Buehler. 9 years, $308 million deal. Max Fried re-signs with the Braves. And DeGrom's going to re-sign. But we can negotiate with Jameson Taillon, but I'm going to let it go to free agency. I'm going to see what's there. Obviously, plans, love to bring him back. Cy Young winner, wins 20 games. Definitely want to do that. But let's see what's there. But man, that contract for Walker Buehler, holy moly, over $300 million. And speaking of, here is Juan Soto, top free agent. And I don't know if anybody has seen that recently on Twitter or anything like that. Man, have you seen some of the trade ideas that Nats fans have had for Juan Soto? It's just ridiculous. 4 of the top prospects in your team, and I think they wanted 2 Major League ready teams. Patrick Corbin takes some of his contract for just Soto. I mean, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But taking a look at this free agent list, you got Brandon Woodruff. So that's a solid pitcher. I mean, he had a fantastic year with Milwaukee. That staff obviously is fantastic, but I think also Corbin Burns is there. So man, the Milwaukee rotation is going to be a little bit different. So there's Burns. He's 30 years old, 15-5 last year, 209 strikeouts, whip just a 1.05. So he's a fantastic pitcher, very good stuff. There's Taillon. Nobody's offered him anything yet. So do we just go back to Jameson Taillon, or do we possibly go in another direction and just maybe see if we can get one of those top guys? That's a really possibility. Other than that, not looking to sign anybody. I think we got every position we need filled. We really don't even need backups. I think we're good. Shane Bieber, let's see what he wants. $175 million over 5 years. 29 years old, obviously a very good season for Cleveland. I don't think so. That's probably a little bit too much. I think Brandon Woodruff, that's pretty good. About 70, maybe up into like 70, or just keep it at 68, 4 years, make him the ace role. We'll give him a player option. I'm perfectly fine with that. Maybe up it. Yeah, let's go to 70. 70, 4 years, player option. And he does like that. So maybe that's the possibility we go with. Now, obviously, that's the only offer we're going to go for free agent at the moment. We're going to offer Adley Rutschman a deal. He's fine with that. 5 years, about $55 million. Now, in reality, he'd probably want to sign a bigger deal than that. But, it is what it is. We'll offer him a deal. We'll also go with arbitration just in case he doesn't take that deal. Austin Hayes, like I said, I don't know what to do with him. I'm thinking maybe we'll offer him arbitration for sure, but there's a possibility that he is up on the trade market. Same with Gomber. I mean, I want to give Steve Ortega a chance. And DL Hall and Grayson Rodriguez are there. Gomber was fantastic for us in that trade, but obviously he'll be a free agent next year after this arbitration year. So maybe we just see what happens in spring training. We bring back Gomber through arbitration, see what happens in spring training, and if everybody else, performs well in spring training, he might be another guy we just trade away. So we'll offer him arbitration and go through there. As we continue to sim through real quick, Brandon Woodruff has decided to decline our offer and accepts the Angels' offer, $95 million over 5 years. So he is going to the Angels, trying to get them to the playoffs. So with that, we're just going back to Jameson Taillon. Let's bring him back. He's been great here the last 2 years. Offer him the contract. And then you can see Adley Rutschman sign. So Rutschman does sign that deal. So he'll be with us for another 5 years, no doubt about it, and hopefully for the rest of the time. Giovanni Gallegos, he's going to sign with Cleveland. Shane Bieber ends up going to Chicago. 9 years, $314 million. Juan Soto re-signs with the Nats, 8-year, $273 million deal. And Francesco Mejia signs with the D-backs. Pete Alonso is going to go to Milwaukee on a 9-year deal. Man, that'll put him at 39 years old. Jonathan Loaizaga signs with the Rockies 5 years. 5-year Corbin Burns deal to the Detroit Tigers for $154 million. Andrew Chafin to the Yankees for 2 years. And that's the deal so far. Let's keep going through here. As Taillon does accept our deal, he'll accept that 4-year deal, $76 million. So Jameson Taillon declines his player option, but re-signs. He is back. As Carlos Correa is going to go to the Brewers. 9 years, $315 million. Man, these deals are absolutely crazy. 7-year deal to Meadows to the Yankees. Verdugo's going to the Mets. Brandon Lowe is going to go to the Mets. So the New York team's making some big deals. Yohan Moncada is going to go to the Reds, kind of stay in that Midwest. J.D. Davis going to San Diego. Willie Adames is going to go to Minnesota. So kind of same thing, stays in that Midwest. As we get near the end and we go to arbitration, Jacob Noddington, they sign with him. Signed with Bruce R. Gratterall. Dylan Tate was sided with as well. Looks like Grayson Rodriguez, panel sided with Rodriguez. And for this one, actually sided with us for Gunnar Henderson as we bring back Austin Gomber as well. Like I said, we're going to let this go to spring training, see what happens there as Mike Soroka is going to sign with the Chicago Cubs as he stays in the National League. As we get near the end of the offseason, Austin Hayes, we're going to make the deal with the Giants. So our bullpen needs a little bit of work. We're going to send him to the Giants. Tyler Rogers, kind of that submarine type pitcher. I think it would work for us. Pretty good season the year before, 1.55 ERA over 30 holds. And then Camilo Duvall, sort of struggled. Didn't pitch a whole lot. Only 10 games last year. Only 80 innings pitched. But he has some good stuff. 99, can reach 100 easily. I think it works out in our favor as well. Hayes can go there. He gives them a good left fielder to compete in that division. And there goes Austin Hayes. So it just works. We're gonna go probably with Briggs, no doubt about it. And here is right now what we're gonna go into spring training. Here's the thing. So we got Gomber, like I said. Gomber, DL Hall, Grayson Rodriguez. We'll put Bradish in there. And I believe we're gonna put Steve Ortega in there as well. We'll see what they do. If Ortega, Grayson Rodriguez performed very well, I think Gomber will try to find a trade partner for him because right now, if I'm at that moment, as you can see, we're going to head into a spring training game. Here's the lineup, and there's a bunch of young guys because that's what we want to do. We want to play these young guys. We want to give them opportunities. I don't want to just continue to pile them up in AAA. Bring these guys up, see what they can do. We have a good enough roster around them that I think these guys, they're not going to be the mainstay. They're going to be there. They can build in the majors, no doubt about it. Not a whole lot of pressure, especially you got Rushman, Devers, Mountcastle, Mullins all here. Let them do what they do. Same thing with a pitcher like Grayson Rodriguez. This will be, third, pretty much full year. As Briggs going back, he can't come down with it. But same thing with Ortega. You're coming in as a top prospect. It's not like you're going to be the number 2 pitcher on this team. You're number 5. Not a lot of pressure. Just see what you can do. And we're going to play these guys. But let's see what they can do here in spring training. I know you can't really expect a whole lot. So now man on second, facing a team we know all so well, the New York Yankees, and that's a nice pitch. Strike 3. Nice job for Grayson Rodriguez. So here comes Billy Briggs, a guy we just happened to find in free agency a few years, the beginning of this franchise. And man, he has just been outstanding and just continues to go up and up and up. Last year was the number 2 overall prospect in baseball. Had a fantastic year in AAA, and he's ready to go. He is ready to go. That's why the Austin Hayes trade happens, and he is ready to go. Draws the walk there, but he's definitely, I would say, a 5-tool player. Great in the field, even though you saw the one missed opportunity there. He's got some speed, can hit for power, hit for contact. As this one coming in, he's going to let drop. That will get down, but he is definitely a fantastic young player, only 22 years old. And right now, it's a odds-on favorite probably to win Rookie of the Year. Fly ball into center field. They're going to try to tag on him. And look at this throw on the money, and it gets him at third base. That's what he can do. Now, he's not going to be playing center field just with Mullins out for this game. He'll be out left. But showing the arm he has, I don't know why you're trying to tag there, but man, perfect throw, nice tag, gets him at third base. As we continue on, here comes Kobe Mayo. Now, he has got a lot of power, and he performed very well last year in AAA, as he's going to swing and a miss here for strike 3. I was really interested to see what he could do here in spring training. He, like I said, is on the cusp of possibly coming up. There's just no room. We would probably have to get rid of somebody like Mancini. But we'll see. If he performs very well here in spring training, there's a possibility he could stay. As Gunnar Henderson with the base hit. This is a guy, one of our top prospects. He started, didn't really do a whole lot. Really struggled last year. Goes down to AAA. Hopefully he can come back and play at a fantastic level. And here comes another guy. First round pick, Heston Kjerstad. Just good to see him on the field. We thought last year was going to be a fantastic season for him, and gets hurt for the entire year. He is back. Just good to see him back, and hopefully he can have a very good season in the minor leagues. As Joe Wayne, another first-round pick, comes through for a base hit. Good to see Joe Wayne. I don't obviously think he'll be ready this year. Could be next year, maybe. We'll see. If you're going to hit like that, you're maybe just a year away. But rips that down the line. A lot of contact. Got very good speed. Good fielder. Comes away there with a double. And here comes Heston Kjerstad to the plate. So like I said, just good to see him. Hopefully he can stay healthy. So much talent. First-round pick. Hopefully he has a very, very good season in the minors as he's going to pop this one up. Will it be enough for a tag? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to tag. Throw coming to the plate, and it's going to get him at the plate. Hey, it's spring training. You got to give it a shot, right? Give it a shot. As we go to Heston Kjerstad once again, now facing Aroldis Chapman. So this is a pretty good idea of what he can do, as Chapman, obviously, still top closer here for this Yankees team. And he's going to rip this one, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So that is his first hit in, a year? Maybe a year. He played a couple weeks in the minor leagues, and that was literally about it. So good to have him back. Plan for him, I think, is to start in Double-A. He probably could play in Triple-A as Briggs gets a hold of this one. This one back to the wall, but it's going to be caught at the track. But yeah, start him in Double-A. See what he does maybe there for a month. If he's hitting very well, bring him back up to Triple-A. Let him go there for the rest of the year. And obviously, wherever we are in September, as Henderson's going to strike out to end the game, Yankees would end up winning. No big deal. It's okay. But see what he can do in Triple-A, and then maybe by September, you get the 2 extra roster spots. Bring him up. See what he can do. And that's really, hopefully that's what happens this season. As here comes Briggs. We're going to player lock for this ball game for him. Obviously now this new starting left fielder, we are hoping, unless he has a very, very poor spring training here. But I'm really excited to get this guy a full season. I think he is going to put up some great numbers. He's going to be, I think, fantastic. I think he's going to have a very good rookie season. I know it's tough sometimes, but I think he can put up near 30 home runs, hit around 260, steal some bases. I don't think he'll win a Gold Glove, but there's the power. Take a look at that. Absolutely ripped. See you later. There wasn't a whole lot of elevation to that, but it just goes out in a hurry. 434 feet. Exit velo. Just absolutely ridiculous. About 110 miles an hour. He has got a big-time bat, and I just can't wait to see what season he is going to have. Gets jammed there. That'll be a pop-up easily at first base, but it's going to be fun. We'll have him, hopefully, for Rookie of the Year contention. We would win this ball game, so he hits that homer. We see the power that he has. Bradish goes 3 innings. Allows 2 hits, gets the win. And let's get into another game here in spring training. Steve Ortega on the mound. At right now, projected number 5 starter in this rotation. And let's see what he does here in this start. Only going to go about 3 innings, obviously, in spring training. But see what he does, taking on this Pirates team. And then when we send out the rest of the spring training, hopefully he has a good one there as he'll take the strike inside. We obviously know, we've seen him before in the minors. Fantastic stuff. Number 1 overall pick. He does have some great stuff. There is no doubt about it. And he's just dominated in the minors. First year Double-A. Absolutely dominating. Comes up to Triple-A, maybe a little earlier than I expected in his first season, and pitches, he just dominates. Last year, same thing. Triple-A the whole entire season. He had maybe a few times where he struggled a little bit, like any normal pitcher does, but overall, just straight domination. So he is definitely ready for the bigs. That's why the whole Gomber situation, Austin Gomber really helped us win a World Series last year. There's no doubt about that, but I'm going to give these younger players an opportunity, as this one is absolutely ripped. That is on a line. Briggs can't catch up to that one. That one's going to get down for a double. So 2-out double here in the second inning. But really, like with spring training, it's all about, let's just see, I want to see the location. Just trying to get guys out. I don't, mind big-time numbers. You're working on stuff, you're working on pitches, but I just want to see if you can locate in different areas and just, get guys out, major leaguers out. It's definitely a jump. You can dominate in AAA, and you might see one or two guys that are going to make it to the bigs down there. But these are all big leaguers as Heston Kjerstad absolutely blasted. See you later. That is something I hopefully see and look at this entire season. We're definitely going to get into a player lock game here when he's down in AA. I think that's what we'll do probably maybe this next couple after the opening day. We'll probably do the opening day series after this. And then the next one after that, probably get into some minor league action. See Heston Kjerstad. See some other guys down in the minor leagues and see what they're like. And probably actually get into a player lock too with some of the guys up here in the big leagues, depending who makes it. But man, I just hope he goes crazy. Didn't get the season he needed last year, being out the entire season, and now has a chance as a former number 1 pick. As here comes Billy Briggs to the plate here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. We got a 4-0 lead, and Briggs gonna foul away that circle change. So 0-2 pitch to Briggs, and that one hung up. Look where that curveball was, and he crushes it. I'm saying, man, 30 home runs. I think he can do it this year in his rookie season as long as he stays healthy. I think he can absolutely do it. So here comes Briggs again. Bases loaded now in the 7th inning. Chance to do even more damage. And the pitch to Briggs. Oh, man. Just a tad bit out in front, or that would have been a grand slam. Just misses it. 0-1, and it goes the other way, and that's going to get down for a hit. That'll drive in another run, and that is awesome to see. Not only has that power, but he can use the field everywhere, gets it for a base hit, and that's another victory here in spring training. So I'm saying 260 is the average, but if he's going to hit like that, maybe 280, 290, he goes 2 for 4, home run, 3 ribbies. Ortega, 4 innings pitched, just 1 strikeout, just 1 hit allowed. But a very good start. So we sim through the rest of the spring training, and this is what it looks like. Briggs leads us with 9 home runs and 90 at-bats. So 1 every 10 at-bats, he hit a home run. 267 average, had 21 ribbies. As you can see, power there, 500. Kyle Stowers, 355. I think he's on the team. Gunnar Henderson hits 344. Looks like he is going to make his way to the team. Joe Wayne, 333. He won't be making the team. He will be sent back down to AAA, but good to see a number 1 draft pick performing well here in spring training. And Kobe Mayo only hitting 222, 263 on base. Yeah, I think he's got to wait. I think he'll definitely be sent down to AAA. Stowers, Briggs, OPS is very good. Yeah, Henderson, OPS very good. He's still got Devers and everything. Don't have to worry about anybody like that. But it's good to see it. Joe Wayne hitting the ball very, very well. But Briggs with those home runs in. He struck out 13 times, but he did walk 9. That's not too bad. Pitching. Bradish looking good. What an offseason. What a postseason he had. What did he go? Like 17 and a third innings. Struck out like 20. Didn't allow a run. Grayson Rodriguez, fantastic spring. Same with Steve Ortega. He only allowed 1 walk in 26 innings pitched. Man. Steve Ortega's ready. DL Hall struggled a little bit. 4.4, 164 whip. Jameson Taillon only pitched 2 innings. Duran really struggled. Dean Kramer really struggled. So, Gomber did okay, but I think we're rolling, obviously, with Grayson Rodriguez, obviously. And Steve Ortega. He's going to be your 5th rotation guy. The DL Hall means Jameson Taillon. So I think Gomber is going to be expendable here. And I think we try to find a trade partner for him. Let him go. His contract's up after this year anyway. We're going to make room. So we're going to find a deal here at the Braves. Reggie Jackson, a potential starter. Just throwing another minor leaguer. We will take that. So now, Joe Wayne down to AAA. Ramon Urias, I think he stays as a bench guy. He's just such a good hitter. Kobe Mayo, send him back down to AAA. Devers, obviously, the starter there. Henderson and Westberg, they both stay. We'll have to figure that one out, but they both stay. Briggs, our starting left fielder. Stowers makes the team. I think he makes the team. Damian Powers, I think we're going to have to send down. I mean, he hits so well, but just not enough spots. Brent Rooker hit very well last year. Had a great postseason. I don't know, just maybe not a roster spot for him. I'd rather go for Stowers right now. Richie Ponce can go down to AAA. Heston Kjerstad, we're going to go down to AA. That's where we'll start him there. But yeah, Brent Rooker. There's just not enough room. We need another spot. No more options. We can't really send him down. You know what? I think we try to trade him away. I think that's what we'll probably do. You can see last year in 114 at-bats, very good season. Let's offer him to the Cardinals. We'll just get another A prospect, 23 years old, Michael Rudolph. He's only 65. He'll be in the minor leagues. And we send Brent Rooker away. So here's the roster. Mullins, Mountcastle, Rushman, Devers, Mancini. Gunnar Henderson is going to start against righties. Colton Cowers in right. Billy Briggs there in left field. And Taron Vavra is going to get the starting second base spot against righties. And there's your lineup against right-handed. As for lefties, it just changes up a little bit. Ramon Urias is going to be there in here against lefties, I think. And then we're going to put Jordan Westberg in there against lefties as well. So that's going to be your lineup. We'll see what happens with Henderson and Westberg. We'll see what happens with second base and all that with Vavra and Urias. Jameson Taillon, Means, Rodriguez, DL Hall, and Steve Ortega is going to be a rotation. We'll leave Radish in the long relief bullpen because I think he's got that rolled down pat. Tate, Lamb, Rogers, Duvall, Lugo, Latkins, and Kenley Jansen. I think we got a solid bullpen. We got a very good team. We have a chance to possibly get back to that World Series, defend this title. I think this team is very good. Nice infusion of young players once again. And we'll see what happens in season number 4. But that's going to do it for this one. Can't wait to get opening day ready. I will see you in the next one. Hit that like button. Subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next one. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.